Oh my God, you guys come in. Sit down and shut the door. The day we all knew is coming. At least those on this channel knew we're coming is here. Diddy has asked for a full acquit. Trump is 2 seconds away from pardoning him. But more importantly, experts are saying that Trump has threatened the federal judge behind Diddy's case. Now, for those of you guys that don't speak legal speak, we are going to break down everything we've been hearing in the legal field. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the threats. Okay, everybody and their mom is coming out and saying that, oh my God, don't pardon Diddy. Don't pardon Diddy. Even Megyn Kelly has come out and said, do not pardon Diddy. Now, first of all, who cares? Trump don't listen to anyone. But she tweeted Trump should not pardon Diddy. He doesn't deserve it. He's a Trump hater. He's a woman abuser. MAGA is already upset over the elites seeming to cover for each other. This could not help.
Present,
GOP
and no longer
struggling with
has a
young
voice
female
who will
voters,
pursue justice
most
for
of
her
whom will hate a Diddy
accusation.
pardon. First of all,
As of
shut
the
up.
taken
Young
against
female
Diddy,
voters voted
no
in droves for
expansion of the
Trump.
investigation,
Second of all,
no isolation
Trump doesn't
orders,
care.
no
Trump is
equipment
literally
access,
about to let
no
just
suspension of
saying
attorney
Maxwell
communication.
off. He does not care at all. He doesn't care. He told the base, if you're not with me, you either with me or against me. Ho, you either with me or against me. And he said, if you're against me and you don't like what I'm doing, then you were never really my friend. So I don't really think that's going to make a big difference. But let's talk about what's really going on. Diddy's team is trying to throw out the Mann Act convictions, saying they're unconstitutional. I think this is just setting up a dumb argument for pardon by Trump. Okay. And don't forget the prosecution should be responding today to Diddy's team demand to be let out of jail on bail. The judge gave the Southern District of New York today as a deadline for their response. Okay. Now here's this. Most people reporting that Diddy's basically alluding that he's waiting for Diddy's sentencing, and if he gets anything more than time served, then Diddy's getting a pardon. However, we went one step further and we actually read what the sources said. No, 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 no. That's not what Trump said at all. Trump's team said that if Diddy is denied bail, they will immediately start looking into pardon avenue. And if he's going, he'll get pardoned sometime in the near future. And if he's given bail and sentence, he's still going to pardon him after the sentence. Again, ladies and gentlemen, they are basically saying that whether or not Diddy doesn't get bail or whether he gets bail, he will be pardoned either before or after. Now, what does that mean? Well, you guys think about it. Remember what Maureen Comey said when she got fired. This is the first time that the Southern District of New York is under siege. They have operated forever without fear or favor. Fear of retribution from powerful people or the fear that they must curry favor with the powerful. What has Trump officially set up by saying this? Well, let me put it to you like this. The President of the United States, I don't care what you think about Trump. I don't care what you think about his politics. That is something for another day. But the President of the United States has said out of his mouth through his sources that whether or not Diddy gets bail or not, he is being pardoned now. If you are a judge and you have a decision to make about whether you give him bail or deny him bail, you know, if you deny him bail, a dangerous criminal who Judge Aaron said he thought he was dangerous, a dangerous criminal will be out on the street, a dangerous criminal that you notice that even the people that testified are afraid. So a dangerous criminal will be out on the streets if you deny him bail. And if you give him bail, a dangerous criminal will be on the streets with supervision. But even then, when you go in for sentencing, he is going to be let free by the president. Is that not a US president threatening that depending on what this judge does, it will influence how he reacts? Now, what do I think Trump's doing? I think Trump's trying to play both sides in the middle. He knows what this judge... Listen, I think he doesn't care. I think if he wants to pardon Diddy, he'll pardon him. Trump doesn't care. He does what he wants. I think he's already planning to let Jose Maxwell out with an immunity deal. Probably time served. Okay, reduced sentence, time served. But think about it. You guys, look at it from this angle. And I know some of you guys are already there. Trump is trying to get this judge to do the dirty work through intimidation. He's trying to put his own. I think, and if he's not trying, he needs to make it clear because his people seem like they're trying to put their fingers on the scale of justice.
And no longer has a voice who will pursue justice for her accusation.
And this is what the president wants.
As of the taken against Diddy, no expansion of the investigation, no isolation orders, no equipment access, no suspension of attorney communication.
Because if he wanted to do all this, he could just be saying it because he wants to institute fear and favor into the judge's mind. I believe he wants Judge Aaron to feel like he has no choice and to make a decision to either give Trump bail and or give him time served in his sentencing. So that when MAGA revolts and when the left and the liberals and whoever revolt saying that's not fair, how dare you, he can say it wasn't, talk to the judge. This was tried by a federal judge because they need to make it look like something more than it is. They need to make it look like they are following the rule of law. They need to make it seem like they didn't make this happen. This wasn't cronyism. This wasn't the rich and powerful covering for each other friends rubbing elbows. No, 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 no. This was the rule of law. Just like that jury came out with this trash decision that got us in this place the first. No, no, no. That's the rule of law. Okay. And yes, we accept that with the jury. Because as dumb as I think they were, it was done by the books. Okay, fine. We gotta accept that, but this rule of law, they're trying to put over the veneer of this is saying it's not our problem. The judge said that he wanted it himself. We had nothing to do with this. So where does this leave us now? Diddy is also going for acquittal. Okay, he's also moving for acquittal. Now, what do you guys think about this? Let's take a moment and breathe to actually see what's going on. You're considering a pardon after the judge rules on bail. And Diddy wants an acquit. TMZ. Even Diddy Central is bragging about this. They played a role in this too. I do want to say one thing. We are entering a new era where they want to make prostitution illegal. And we can argue whether or not SMMEX work should be punished, but I don't think in the ways that the rich and powerful use that to exploit other people. No, I don't think it should ever not be illegal. Okay. I also know that nothing they do anymore is shocking at this point. It's expected. But I was talking to one person who is an insider and they said, Tissa, you gotta realize we're talking trash about all the predators in the music industry that see themselves in Diddy. More importantly, if the highest office in the land and key political offenders, key political figures, in the United States see themselves in every rich smacks predator that's convicted. Please keep in mind that they're going to pardon any rich SMMX predator, or at the very least change the laws, so that if they get caught or the people they hang out with get caught, it won't be that big a deal. Again, and this is coming out of TMZ, this is Diddy Central. They said, as you know, Diddy was acquitted on the 3 major charges, convicted of 2 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits the interstate transportation of prostitutes. The Mann Act is rarely used by federal prosecutors as a singular charge. Most legal experts agree if Diddy's case only involved the Mann Act, no charges would have been filed against him. However, it did not only violate the Mann Act, but get this. Our sources say Diddy's case has resonated with Trump because the president believes Diddy, like him, was unfairly targeted by the feds. Okay, the president believes that Diddy, like him, was unfairly targeted by the feds. They know Trump's Department of Justice recently fired Maureen Comey, the lead prosecutor in the Diddy case, and the daughter of James Comey. What's more, our sources believe the timing for pardon would be perfect, because it would be a major diversion from the Epstein scandal. Donald Trump and Diddy ran in the same elite New York City social circles for years after Diddy hit it big with Bad Boy Records. President Trump even called him a good friend. And more. Again, they think this would be perfect timing by distracting by the Epstein scandal. I guess, listen, I don't understand this world we live in, or they think and maybe people show that we can't do 2 things at once. But again, you guys, I'll talk about the acquittal in a different video, but for right now, all hands on deck. Trump has officially, by his influence and power, in my opinion, threatened a U.S. federal judge. You cannot say these things as the most powerful person in the U.S. Who's who you everybody already knows. The way he rolls his supporters and his opposition, and to put that on the table and fled major media outlets. This is a message to the judge that you will do as we say, and that you will take the fall for us. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to y'all later.